This is the third time I'm recording this video. I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys. I'm a little frustrated, right? Because the camera's set up and all that, but we're persevering. We're gonna keep pushing through it. So let's get right into it. How to feel good in the morning. Get sunlight, glass of water, stare into nature, 10 minutes stretching. Now, how you start the day is everything. And something that I've realized, over time, and just in terms of trying to live a healthier lifestyle, is man, when I start the day getting outside, not picking up the phone, not going on, the computer, anything like that, just getting outside, getting sunlight, I just feel so much better. And you guys know as well that, sunlight, they say, when you get out there early in the morning, it boosts the testosterone and also actually helps you sleep as well when you get morning sunlight. So there's a lot of benefits to it. And even, of course, the hydration, you got to get your water. But then just being able to stare into nature if you do have, that luxury. Our ancestors definitely spent a lot of time in nature. And, nowadays, majority of people spend most of their day right on the phone. And man, it just feels so much better to wake up and, not be on the phone. Just reset your brain and start the day out right. So try it out. Let me know how you guys find that routine. But man, the stretching, it's going to wake up. Also stretching, man, it just wakes up your whole body as well, right? And as time goes on, right, when you're younger, people don't really think about stretching. But man, as you get older, time will tell. Because, right, you're not going to be feeling as hot as you did when you were younger. Take it with a grain of salt. The price of self-improvement is a season of isolation. Now, this one I really believe in because there's going to be people around you who the goals and aspirations that they have for you are not the goals and aspirations you have for yourself. Right? People want to see you have fun. They want to have a good time with you, but a lot of times, the success that you want and what must be sacrificed to get that success, these people don't really understand that. It's good to have fun, right? And I'm not saying to be extreme one side or the other, but you got to lock in sometimes. And sometimes for, a season here or there, you do have to have those periods of isolation, right? And growth, a lot of times, it happens from, right, stepping away from those old environments, those old habits. Because, a lot of times the people that you surround yourself with, unfortunately, sometimes can bring you down and can put you in a worse situation. So you always got to be mindful. And again, everything has a price. So, and Luke Belmar said this very well. You can achieve anything you want with the price of labor. Something to that effect where, man, you want something? All right, it's going to cost you a certain amount of sacrifice, a certain amount of dedication, a certain amount of consistency. And it's really about what are you willing to put in, What type of work are you really willing to put in? Again, it won't last forever. It is just a season. Quitting prawn is not a magic pill to solve all your problems. What it will do is give you the time, energy, and attention necessary to get your life back in order. The rest is up to you. Now, this one is important, right? Because I could even talk about personal experience here. And I'm telling you, when you're retaining, you're getting on that streak, the type of energy you have is just different, right? You carry yourself with a certain level of confidence. You don't question, your next move. And I know when I've gone for long periods of time, my most recent was 119, but it's not even about the numbers, right? And that's all facts. But it's not even about the numbers. What it's about is the lifestyle. And that's really what I've learned. The lifestyle and the person that you become on that path. In the time you get back, right? Just think about it just strictly from a time perspective. If you're not participating in certain negative habits, right? You automatically get a boost in time, right? So there's no magic pill, right? And people love to say, oh, you get female attraction, you get, more women will come up to you, you'll be levitating, all this garbage to where, man, I feel like a lot of it is just cap, right? I'm gonna give you the truth because I've been on the streaks, so I can tell you exactly how it is. I think you're just more likely to put yourself in social situations. At least that's what I've realized, because that's how you want to get that energy out, through, speaking to other people, through your work, through working out. And that time, right? The time you get back absolutely is number one. And then number two, the energy, right? So you have all this built up energy inside of you, and it almost feels like you have a fire in your palms to where, and I felt like this personally, to where, man, I can achieve whatever I want to achieve, right? I have this fire literally inside of me that can be used however I want to. And I'm not going to say whether some way is good or bad. It's just your choice in how you use that energy. And they call it transmutation, of course, right? So if there's, I know for me, I always like to work out to stay in shape, to go for walks. And that's something that I always felt like was a no-brainer. It's like when I'm retaining, I don't even have to think about it. I just pretty much, when I got to hit the park, I got to hit my pull-ups, my push-ups, man, I just go, right? And if I can't do that, then I work out at home. But I don't even think about it, right? Because I have so much energy to give. But when you're, releasing all the time, and I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you my experience. Personally, I never felt as recharged in the same type of drive. It just was a little bit more effort to do the things that I needed to do. And of course, attention, right? Attention, what I've learned over the years, is actually your most valuable asset. Believe it or not, I used to actually say time, and I partially did believe this, and maybe it's a combination of both. But when you have, right, time, but you don't have attention on whatever you're trying to achieve, right, that's just garbage, right? There's nothing you can do with that time. It's time that's wasted. So does it really even matter, right? But then when you have attention and you can focus on something, because everyone tells you, right, the attention economy, right? So many people are trying to take your attention. Even this video, right, is hopefully taking your attention. But you got social media, you got video games, you got the hub, you got all of these distractions that are trying to take away your time. And you look now, people spend 8 hours plus on their phones, when how low did it used to be before? And that will tell you right there how important your attention is. And that's pretty much how people profit, right? They profit off of your attention. Now, this, in my opinion as well, is almost a foundation, right? So the no-fap and all those things, to me, they're just tools to get you to a certain place. But at the end of the day, I believe that it's almost, a level 0, level 1 of self-improvement. And I'm not here to say or tell you what to do, but you got to grind it out, man. Just grind it out, do exactly what you need to do, and test for yourself. If it doesn't make a difference for you, then fine. Move on to the next one, right? Improve the next thing you have to improve. But I think every man should at least test things out and see what works well for him. Stop waiting for someone to save you. That day isn't coming. This is a tough one, because, in life, especially as you grow up and you come up, there are oftentimes, it's not for everyone, you have people that you can lean on, right? People that you can ask questions to, people that you can get advice from. And what I've learned is that you need to be careful who you take advice from, especially if people are not in positions that you want to be. And you really need to understand that you're the only one that can change your circumstance, right? Your life. And I've seen that even through my own life. I mean, there are things that, I procrastinate on that I know I could do a bit better. But no one can change something or improve something that you're not willing to, right, improve on or do the work on, right? It's all up to you. So don't feel like, okay, I got to rely on this person, or I got to wait on this person. No, you have to keep pushing forward no matter what. Like, there's always going to be people who can bring you down, and man, you just got to keep moving forward, right? Because that's only going to delay your success. It's only going to delay whatever you need to get done. And, sometimes I feel like, I would be waiting on people, man. I was trying to get a photo shoot done. And I'm going to be honest, I was waiting on somebody. And I just felt like my time was being wasted. And at that point, I really learned this lesson that, man, do exactly what you need to do. If it's find a photographer, whatever, that's what I was trying to do. But I was almost waiting on somebody trying to cut corners. At the end of the day, I'm just wasting my own time when I know exactly what I need to do. Right? So just take the small steps today that can build, right, that life that you really want. But no one's coming to save you. Not even your mom. When you commit to building yourself, the return is always worth it. You are your greatest asset, right? There's no better investment, right? And you have multiple investments, right? You can invest in education, you can invest in the stocks, you can invest in real estate. But when you really think about it, what compounds over time? And sure, stocks can compound, but you got to think about the person that you are. And right, it's almost, I like to look at it, and Sam Ovens had mentioned this as well, like building blocks of your person, right? So think about, even if you're somebody who's on retention, maybe doing no fap, whatever, and think about the baseline that you're building, right? Because people have access to information. That's pretty well known, right? Plenty of people have access to the same exact information that you do, but not everyone is successful, right? And you look at it, and what it really boils down to is the type of operating system that people are running on. So you think time, energy, and attention, and I just gave you a tool that can boost your time, energy, and attention, right? So let's say you got rid of the bad habits, right? You're focused on, let's say you're trying to grow a business or trying to improve your physique, whatever it is, you start to realize that when you're focused on the most important thing and you're doing the work that's necessary, man, the information just compounds over time to where, okay, I put this in place, I put that in place. And you can move with a lot more speed than other people, because most people are not willing to change their habits, right? Most people are not willing to put down the TV, not watch TV, not play video games, not be on the hub, right? Not be hanging out with friends, not listening to music. But those people that can discipline themselves are amongst the really the people that can separate themselves from others, right? And it all depends what your end goal is. But if you're watching this video, man, you're probably interested in self-improvement. You probably, are on this type of path, and you got to just keep grinding, man. And I just had a light go out, but well, we're still going to keep pushing forward. The food you consume either fights disease or causes it. You choose. This was one I recently learned, right? The food is so important because it's almost a foundation of everything else, right? And the food that you eat, believe it or not, it will affect how you think, how your body and brain function, right? And how you even feel, right? And it's crazy how in society, and Brian Johnson kind of talks about this too, if you guys know who that is. He likes to talk about how in today's society, a lot of the habits that we celebrate actually bring us closer to death. If you think, okay, when people have birthday parties, right, what do they have? They have cake, pizza, cookies, all of these things that, if you think about it, are more than likely, and people can say moderation, sure, but if you think about it, more than likely that's shortening your life, right? It's shortening the amount of years you have by the decisions that you make, right? In society, people will almost shame you for it when you want to change, when you want better for yourself, when you don't, want to follow the path. I could even talk about it, in my experience, right? In my family, like, I try to eat a little bit better, but then sometimes they like to question me, right? They like to ask, why aren't you eating this, or why are you eating that? Are you on a diet? All that type of stuff. And it's crazy how the norm, when you really look at it, the seed oils, right? The sugar, the fats, right? All of the, and I'm not saying all fats are bad, but I'm just saying you guys know what junk food is, right? You know what you shouldn't be. You know, right? Pigs are the filthiest animal and they eat garbage, right? You know a lot of these basic things, but you're almost self-sabotaging your own self. And you will get criticized for it, right? But at the end of the day, you're in charge of your own body, right? You're in charge of your body, your mind, your spirit, all of those things. And it's really up to you, right? The choice is yours. The hardest tests come right before you level up. Don't fold. Now, it's interesting how, and I could even talk, man, the type of test, as a man that you receive. I remember I was in school, right? And if you guys don't know, I have a bit of a background in YouTube. Literally, right before I was about to get out of school, my channel got demonetized. So, boom, I'm not making any money. And, man, that was like a punch in the chest because it even affected my self-esteem. I was wondering, man, is this even possible? Like, can I make content? Can I make money online? All of these things were going through my head, questioning myself. And what I realized was if that was a position to where I stopped, right, and I didn't keep improving and I didn't keep pushing forward, I didn't make a new channel, all of this stuff, man, I would have been stuck, right? I would have been in a worse position because now you see that I'm growing this channel. I'm making videos, making community, trying to improve people's lives, trying to improve my own life, right? And sharing exactly what I learned. And if I would have stopped, man, I don't know what would have happened. And I probably would have, not reached the type of success. And that's a long period of time, right? To just get kicked down and not keep pushing, right? And the challenges are really a sign of your growth. So the more challenges that you're facing, right, the more hardships, it even taking me 3 times to record this video because the phones were acting up, the battery was about to die, all of these things, right? And you can always make excuses, right? And you'll have to live with the results that you produce. But man, find an excuse to win. It's one of my favorite quotes because it holds you accountable, right? You're the only one that's going to change your life, right? You're the only one that knows what you're capable of, the potential that you have to reach. And I know that for myself. And I know just because a phone dies, any of those things, it means absolutely nothing, right? As men, we're judged based off of the results that we provide, right? And especially in relationships, right? If you can't provide, she's probably not going to be around that long. So that's what we're judged and based off of. And that means nothing should be getting in your way. Whatever obstacle it is, man, you got to figure it out. You got to solve it. And you got to stay strong. Quit corn to become the man your future wife deserves. Quit corn to chase your goals with purpose. Quit corn to unlock your full potential. Quit corn to reclaim your confidence. Quit corn to bring back your energy. Quit corn to restore your intimate life. Keep watching and destroy it all. And it's crazy how more often than not, right, the problems that we face are because of our decisions and the actions that we take or choose not to take. And really throughout this journey that I've been on, I start to see how, man, a lot of the problems are really of my own doing, right? And to have that third person perspective and to really be able to, be consistent on some of this stuff, to grind it out, to realize that you can change whatever you want in your life, but it's going to take that groundwork, that footwork. It's going to take concentration. It's going to take attention. It's going to take everything you have. It just makes me excited to see what, I can achieve and the type of value that I can provide to the community and to everyone else, right? And I always felt like I don't think anyone is ever proud when someone goes, on the hub, right? And goes through that cycle. No one is proud of that, right? No one comes out of that situation and says, I'm proud. And that's why I think people should really stop living lives of compromise, and including myself, right? Do not have tolerance for compromise unless, right, there are certain situations where, yeah, you can have compromise, but man, you have the ability to change your life, right? So don't let the vices hold you back, right? Because think about it. When I started to even go on streaks, man, 100+ days, I started to see how there is no magic pill, but if you stay focused on one thing for long enough, you can probably make it happen. You can probably get some sort of success. And man, that's what I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to do that. And I want to see you guys at the top, man. I want to get to the top with you guys. And I want you and I want myself to be a man and a person of character. A man that his family can depend on him. A man that can be in charge and responsible and take care of business, right? Someone who's dependable, right? And those are the type of men that I'm looking to attract in terms of subscribers to this channel, but also who I would want to surround myself with. Someone that can keep their word. The choice is yours. Let's get to work.